For a variety of reasons, some people might find themselves in debt, and when that debt gets out of hand, it can be a major source of stress. That's why Director of Business Development of Clark County Credit Union, Craig Fraley, is here to share some ways to overcome debt stress and take back control of your finances. Hey, Craig, good morning.
Good morning. Good to see you.
Great to see you as well. So, debts can have a significant impact on mental health, causing, like I said, stress, anxiety, or even depression. What advice can you give for people who are dealing with debt stress?
Well, there's no doubt that debt can cause stress, and that stress can come from a feeling that you've lost financial control of your life. The first step in taking that control back is to face your debt head on. Ask yourself these questions. How much debt do I have? How did I acquire this debt? And what are going to be my plans to pay this debt down? Just taking this step alone can help reduce stress because you're setting yourself up on a path of change.
Now, what are some ways to overcome debt stress?
The best way to do this is make a list of all of your debts, the total balance on each one, your minimum monthly payment, and what is the interest rate. Keep in mind the interest rate, the higher the interest rate, the more expensive that loan is going to cost you to pay off over time. And you want to evaluate, how did you acquire this debt? Was it caused by needs or was it caused by wants? If it was caused by needs, you want to explore ways to improve your income to meet those needs. If it was caused by wants, which is in most cases, then you can develop a plan using a balanced budget to help bring those payments down. And doing that will greatly relieve the stress.
Now, do you have any last tips or advice you'd like to share for maybe people who are struggling right now?
Yes. Once you've developed a budget that works for you, you've got your plan, you need to decide which debt are you going to pay off first. Now, there's a couple of schools of thought on this. One, you could attack the ones that have the lowest balances, pay those off, and then the money you were paying on those loans, you transfer that to the loans that have a higher balance. Another way to go is to attack the ones that have the highest interest rates. Because remember, the higher interest rates are going to cost you more money over time. And lastly, you want to make sure your budget includes a positive change in your spending habits to help you meet your needs and achieve your goals.
What should someone's first step be if they're saying, you know what, I found myself in this large type of debt, what is my next step here?
The first step is to don't run from it, acknowledge it, and like I said, face it head on. You want to get a total clear picture of your financial situation. What does your financial world look like? So by listing all of those debts, and then you make a plan to start attacking them one at a time to bring them down. And by doing that, and you got to work with your budget. You create a budget so that you're not overspending in the wrong areas. You don't go to so many restaurants, or you don't buy all the new clothes or all whatever the toys are. You want to be realistic about what your income will allow you to buy without having to charge things. And so when you make that budget, you allow in that budget changes so that you can start spending properly, where applying the extra money that you're saving towards those debts.
And I think a lot of what you're saying, Craig, also is for people to really be analyzing how their spending is to kind of even maybe avoid getting into that large debt, right?
Absolutely. If you take a look at when you spend money, think about, first of all, think about where your money's going, because you're going to get your income. Most of us get our income from a paycheck, and you only have so much money to work with. And some of that has to go to needs. You got to pay rent, you got to pay mortgage, you got to pay utilities, you got to pay a car payment, you got to buy food. Those are your actual needs. And then the wants come later. And what you want to do is take your needs out of your paycheck, and what you have left is what you have to work with. From there, you want to set a portion of that aside for your personal savings, rainy day fund. Maybe you have a long-term goal that you want to save for, a wedding or a vacation or a big ticket item. Start saving a little bit at a time, but leave some money left over that you can apply to any debt you've already accumulated. And that would be a well-rounded budget, and that's your best defense of paying off debt and not getting into too much debt to begin with.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all of these debt strategies and tips as well. Now, CCCU is the Valley's medical credit union, and we heard that next week you're celebrating National Nurses Week. What are you doing to celebrate the nurses of our community?
We love National Nurses Week. We are the medical field credit union, and we want to honor all of the nurses and nursing students. And they don't have to be a member to take place in this. Any nurse can go and they can register to win one of 3 $500 gift cards. Nursing students, 2 will win a $250 Amazon gift card. They can nominate themselves for this on our website, or you can nominate your favorite nurse by going to cccculv.org. And you just put them in the registration. It just has to be done by midnight on May 12th.
Well, thank you so much for joining me this morning. Always a pleasure chatting with you.
Always fun to see you too. Thank you so much.
You got it. For more information on Clark County Credit Union, visit cccculv.org.